The PTB is right around the corner and it will feature the mid-chapter update, and in this video we're going to be talking about things that we need in it. Kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day and you're doing well. While you're watching this video, we are currently live on Twitch, so make sure you guys do come on out and say hello and we can continue the conversation over there. Today's video, we're going to be talking about updates that we need in this mid-chapter patch. This is going to be like my checklist, or my wish list I should say, on what I really want to come out in this PTB. If you guys haven't been paying attention, recently Dead by Daylight announced that there's going to be a mid-chapter patch that's going to feature some pretty significant changes. They did, however, mention that these changes will not come out on live servers, which thus leaves the question to what is going to come out to the live servers for the mid-chapter patch. In the playtest, we see that we're going to be having this automated Mori, or the finisher Mori, that will happen once you down the last active survivor. On top of that, you can no longer slug after 45 seconds. Everybody will be able to pick themselves up from the grounds. With that, tons of different perks and add-ons are going to be reworked to adhere to this, so you can expect things like Unbreakable and Soul Guard, etc. to be changed. Not to mention all the Moris will be changed and updated as well, with their values as well as what they bring to the table. With that being said though, it brings the question, if they're still testing out information, they're still collecting things and data, what are we going to get in this mid-chapter patch? I assume tomorrow we're going to find out, but I wanted to give a wish list on what really should come, so let's jump on into everything. Number one is the Twins Rework. The Twins Rework has been speculated to come into the game for a very long time. There's a clip of the devs actually talking about this way back in January, saying that the Twins was next on their list, and it makes sense considering the Twins have one of the lowest pick rates in the game. I think it's just 1%, with just a few people that I know personally playing Twins. So reworking the Twins to make them feel better on both sides and to get players to choose a character more would be a big plus. The reason why I think that we're going to be seeing the Twins Rework coming in this update, I'm pretty much echoing what my good friend Linksy says, who is the #1 Twins main in the world, is that slugging is a big part of the Twins. This is the thing that tons of people actually hate about the Twins, and if they are removing slugging essentially, and you can get yourself back up in 45 seconds, it makes a lot of sense that they can buff the Twins or change the Twins all they like, because they don't have to worry about, you know, that slugging feature being there and, you know, making the Twins way too powerful or unfun by just allowing them to slug and slug and slug. Now that that feature is going to be removed essentially, they can really get down and work on the Twins and make them a lot better. Not to mention that there isn't a lot of Twins players as is, so it just makes sense to rework this killer next. So I'm expecting there to be some Twins reworks, and I'm really hoping that there is, so we can see Charlotte and Victor have some more spotlight. Now that was my best educated guess on what was to come, but here are more things that I want. The next thing on the list is more reworked maps. It's been a very long time since we got in a reworked map Beyond the Realm type of update, and there's still some maps left to go. Backwater Swamp is still on the list, as well as Mother's Dwelling, and I'm not gonna lie, Lambkin Lane and Backwater Swamp were the two maps that I really hope were going to be getting reworked when they first announced the Beyond the Realm updates, and sadly it was the two final maps that we got. Recently we got Lambkin Lane, which wasn't so recent after all, and now Backwater Swamp is still there, so hopefully the swamp gets a touch up and a rework, because I absolutely hate playing on the swamp. I think it has a lot of potential for them to really make it more horrific and really work with the lighting, etc., because the swamp is quite a scary place. Not to mention the maps themselves aren't the best, so hopefully they'll look into it, they'll fix it, and in this update we'll get some new reworked swamp variations or swamp maps, just retouched and readjusted. Mother's Dwelling is pretty much the same case. I don't really have too much grievances with Mother's Dwelling, but it definitely can use that update that other maps received. It has a lot of textures with Macmillan, so I'd assume that they could just touch up the little things and it could be a quite easy patch to push out, but we'll have to wait and see. The next thing on my list is a search bar. Yes, I've been asking for the search bar forever, just like a lot of the other players in the DBD community. They've been giving us a lot of quality of life updates, so I'm hoping that this patch they're finally going to be giving us a search bar, because I cannot find any perks. With all the perks being changed and all the perks coming in the archives and telling you to use this one or that one, sometimes sometimes it's a little bit difficult to find that build. And sure, you have your presets now, which is much nicer than before, I must admit, and you can just look alphabetically, but with the expanding roster of perks coming out every single chapter, it's really difficult, especially for a newer player, to find a perk. Imagine you're just a new person and your friend tells you to use a certain perk and you have no way of finding it. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. As someone that has played the game for 4,000 hours, you would think that I know where every perk is on the slot. No, I don't. It always gets mixed up and you can never find certain perks. The only thing I have a good time finding is a Nurse's Calling because it's #1 on the list, or Adrenaline. So hopefully we'll have that search bar to make it a lot more easier for not only newer players, but regular players to find the perks that they want to use. Next on the list is something that they might not be able to do, but I'm really hoping for whatever reason they're able to at least play test in the background of the PTB. Now, we wouldn't exactly know if they are doing this, but I really hope they do, and that's working on the anti-cheat, etc., and doing those countermeasures in their games on the PTB to see if they work for all the hacking issues in DBD. I'm sure you guys are well aware of what's going on in the community and how many hackers are plaguing the game right now, so it would be really nice if they looked into this and tested some of these things out on the PTB itself, so that when it comes to the live servers, it's ready to go. Hopefully they'll do these testings, and if it is behind the scenes and they don't really mention it, I'm okay with that as long as it comes to the live servers. We do know that they posted a roadmap in the past, and they said that they're going to be giving us some live fixed various vulnerabilities, and in fall of 2022 they're gonna try to work on the player sniping prevention. Hopefully they're testing some of those assets out in this PTB, and when it does come around, we'll be able to fully have it implemented in the game. I know a lot of people will be happy with that, including myself. And the final thing on my list are new Moris. I know this one is a little bit of a stretch, but I'm hoping that in the PTP they play test some new Moris. Let's be honest, the Trapper, the Hillbilly, the Wraith, they have really mediocre Moris. And every time I open up Twitter and I'm seeing all these new Moris on NetEase or DBD Mobile, I get super jealous. I'm hoping that some way, somehow, DBD can work with NetEase and grab some of their Moris or even make their own, because that would be absolutely unbelievable. Think about if there was a free track on the Rift and the 100 tier, or maybe not so high, anywhere in between, would be a new Mori, a default Mori that you can use on any one of your killers. Now that would be really, really awesome if you could just slap on any Mori on any killer, or maybe if they want to go more specific, they could give specific killers different finishers. We've seen games do this in the past, such as Apex or Warzone, where you can have unique Mori animations or finishing animations, so why not do something like that in DBD? I think it's well overdue, and with this new mechanic coming out with the finishing Mori, you would want to have a nice end to that game, so why not have different variations in the Moris? I think that would be absolutely wonderful, and if any time is to testing it, now would be the time to do it, so hopefully we'll see that coming in the PTP. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen, that is my wish list for what I would like to see in the PTP that is rumored to come out tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see some of those cool things being tested. If we do get any updates on what is to come, I'll let you guys know. But business as usual, tomorrow if the PTP is out, I'll be making all the videos and streaming for you guys. And speaking of, as I mentioned, we are live right now. We're going to talk about some more things, so hopefully we'll see you there live on stream. As always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog. Take care.
I'm living life like a king. Gold on my neck, boy, gold on my rings. Crown got the tilt, I ain't worried about a ting here. Flow so new, but I'm acting like I've been here. Yeah, see, this what I've been doing since the drop. Fire on the arrow when I tell them all to knock. Once I get it going, ain't no way I'm gonna stop.